What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of FTB Infinity on the HermitCraft server. Yeah, guys. So last episode, we were messing around with all the different types of things that we could scan, and we were trying a bunch of different things. I had some suggestions, which I never did try, that I wanted to see if we could do it. Like, somebody was saying maybe we could do bedrockium drums, or octuple compressed cobblestone, things like this. I would like to try that, but guys, we got a problem. We ran out of crystal memories. I've been actually scanning a few things. It seems like, for sure, you can scan basically every IC2 craftable part. Not like the full craft, like, tools or whatever and machines. Maybe you can, I haven't tried those, but like all the base parts. So I've gone through and I scanned a bunch of different things. So like the block of diamond, that actually did scan. I don't think we showed that at the end of the video last episode, but I did start scanning it. So we can do copper cables. That's something I thought we'd probably want. Insulated gold cable, regular gold cable, HV cable, insulated, tin cables, copper cable, silicon dioxide. This is something I'm interested in. We're gonna need this to make more crystal memories. I didn't want to start doing the whole clay thing again. Glass fiber cable, we can go ahead and scan in. Looks like rubber. Iridium reinforced plate. That was something I was just testing. I want to get all these plates scanned, and I saw there's iridium reinforced plate, which actually is, let's see, it's like 4 iridium balls plus 4 advanced alloys and a diamond all in one. So we can in fact do this. So that's going to save a bit of time that we don't have to do 4 of those and 4 of these guys. So yeah, that's pretty cool. So yeah, iridium reinforced plate, 5. So almost a full bucket to make 2 of those, basically, is what that is. Carbon plate, that was something else I was kind of curious about if we could make. That'll save us from having to macerate coal, and I think you compress it and all this stuff, whatever. We don't have to worry about that. Refined iron plate, that was something else I was very curious about, because that's steel that you have to put through the extruding machine. And yeah, if we can just craft those directly, that is much better. Steel is something else we should look at crafting too. And then bronze plate, I was just trying to get into all these different random plates. Steel, do we have any? We do have regular steel ingots. So I want to see if we can craft those, just make our life easier. We do have steel ores, but if we can just directly replicate the ingots, that's going to be better in my opinion. Oh wait, so we wanted to add silicon to this thing. So silicon dioxide, we'll add that in here. So now we got 3 items to choose from. Yeah, we really don't want to do uranium. There we go, silicon dioxide. Let's do a repeat run. Oh, that does take a bit of time to actually make one of those, doesn't it? Well, if we have a bunch of these replicators, if we have a bunch of those automatically making all the specific items that we want, like it'll make these things when I'm offline or whatever, so I'll probably have thousands of these the next time I log in if we leave this one here. Another thing is, I'm curious if there's any other upgrades we can do to this replicator to speed it up. So let's check that out. Upgrade. Can we put in overclocker? I don't know if we ever tried that in this machine. We can. Oh man. Oh man. So you know what? We don't need to make these scraps anymore. I think I'm gonna steal some of these overclocker upgrades from here. Let's just kind of find out how many we can put in here. Okay, so now the power is going down. So it's only going to allow us to put in like 4 or 5 at a time. But we made... Did we make one yet? I don't think we made one yet. So what we need to do is start powering our replicators with more power. That's what it looks like. I'm kind of curious how we have this all set up. It's been a while since I looked at this. Right, so we had all this power going into... It's kind of hard to see. Let's break out some blocks here, make it easier. Oh, okay. So yeah, looks like we have 1 solar. How is that set up? Yeah, we have this 1 ultimate hybrid solar powering a replicator. All of these things are powering our mass fabs that we don't need anymore. And this is powering more mass fabs, and this is powering all of the recyclers. So I think what we could do, let's see if we can speed up our replicator. Let's just go ahead. We don't need to power our mass fabs anymore since we have basically, oops. Yeah, we basically have all of the UU matter, and these things are full anyway. They're not really doing anything. Oh, maybe they're still doing a little something. But that drum's full, these pipes are full. Okay, so let us unpower this. We will eventually, I was thinking about this, we will eventually get a better place for all of our solar, and I know we can send EU through a peer-to-peer tunnel in Applied Energistics, so we might look at doing that. Whoops, not there. We don't have any Applied Energistics set up in this room though, so that's one thing. So if we, whoops, just placing those everywhere. I'm curious how fast we can get this thing going if we have all these ultimate hybrids on here. I think we can put one more, right? Yeah, I think that should be fine. So with all of those ultimates on there, how many of these speed upgrades can we put in now? Oh, that's going much faster. No, it still won't do that. Okay, so this must be limited. Maybe what we're gonna have to do is figure out how to put in the bigger packet sizes and all of this stuff, or maybe we just need way more power. I'm not sure. So I tell you guys what, let me go ahead and make a cut here. I'm gonna experiment around, try adding more ultimate hybrids into this replicator. Maybe try upping the power from 512 to 2048 or whatever. Yeah, let me try a few more things here, see if we can get this replicator going faster. This is something we're definitely gonna need to be going faster if we're gonna try and get items properly from this thing. So yeah, I'll be right back, guys. Alright guys, so we got this going at a pretty good speed. We're now making iridium about 1 every 7 to 10 seconds. I haven't actually timed that, I'm just guessing. But yeah, we're making iridium pretty quickly here. We got 7 overclocker upgrades. I did put a stack of these energy storage upgrades. I think we made these a few episodes ago and I just never used them. But I've been trying like these transformer upgrades, and I've been trying to convert the power into HV power, so 2048 packets, things like that. Doesn't really seem like that is helping too much. It's actually pretty much the same. So then I decided we would go ahead and make some quantum solar panels. Now, I didn't want to make these before because I felt like it was a waste. We'd be putting in so much iridium, and it's still putting out the same amount as like 8 ultimate hybrids. So yeah, I figured we would try this just to try and compact this down. Then I added the rest of our ultimate hybrids we had, all going through this one glass fiber cable into our replicator over here. But anyway, it seems like we haven't reached a limit with how much power we can put into this thing. I know those glass fiber cables say they only can do 8,000, and I don't know if that's a total of 8,000 or if that's like they can't support packets over 8,000. I don't even know if packets is still a thing anymore in IC2. But anyway, I'm adding on more solars, and it seems like it's still going, and I want to compact our solar down. So I think we are going to do more quantums. So I was looking, if we try and auto-craft another quantum solar panel, it says we need compressed cobalts and iridium, which we're currently making, and all these advanced alloys. So I made patterns for all this other stuff. Let's stop the iridium for a second. So I made patterns. So we got like these cobalts, and these require 2.747 millibuckets, which means they go really quickly. So if we look into our AE system, yeah, we can see we are crafting those like nothing. So yeah, that's really cool. The advanced alloys are actually kind of similar too, which is great because that is way faster than trying to auto-craft those in Applied Energistics. So let's do a repeat run on this. Yeah, these also 4.8 millibuckets. They don't take any time at all. You can see the number climbing right here as we go. So yeah, trying to make like 200 of these things in Applied Energistics really makes it take a very long time. Like the way I have it auto-crafting, I think just to craft a stack of the mixed metal ingots takes something like 30 seconds, maybe even longer. But yeah, and then you got to take them over and compress them. This just automatically is making them way faster. So I like this a lot more. So I would like to get a whole bunch of these replicators made, each with a specific task. Like if we need advanced alloys, the one with the advanced alloy pattern will kick on and make 1,000 of them or whatever. And then same with the cobalts, and probably we'll keep the iridium stocked up a little bit higher than these, since it does take a bit of time to craft each one of those. I mean, it is fast, but it still takes like 5 seconds or 7 seconds per or whatever it is. So yeah, that's kind of where we're going with this. So let's see. I wanted to make another quantum, so we are running low on those materials, and I think that should have actually bumped us up to where we needed to be. Pretty close on the advanced alloys. We still need about 150 iridium ores, so we got a few more minutes to go on that. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to start making some more replicators and try and get them with their own patterns. We'll have to figure out the situation for the power too. We want to have like, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove all these mass fabricators. We don't need these anymore. In fact, we're starting to use all of the juice that's in the pipes, and then we'll start working on this drum here in a minute. But yeah, I think we're going to put replicators all along here, get rid of all these mass fabricators, and then I think I'm going to try and connect them all to the same power supply. I'm not sure how this is going to work. It doesn't feel like these cables are overloaded yet. Maybe they can only transfer so much. Well, actually, this ultimate hybrid, yeah, the cable might be saturated if it can't put any more through there. Okay, well, I'm going to figure out the power a little bit more, try and get some things rearranged, make some more replicators, and we'll be back, guys. Alright, guys, so as an update, I've been working here for a little while now. It's actually been probably a couple hours. So I got a few replicators made. We have 4 of these things, and it turns out you can have one pattern in storage next to multiple replicators, but they have to be touching. Unless there's some other way that I'm not aware of, but yeah, it feels like they have to be touching each other in order for the replicator to get the patterns. So I made another pattern storage, and then I've made 3 additional replicators. So we have one right here making these compressed coal balls. We have one making advanced alloys. This one right here is making iridium ore, and so is its little buddy next to it. So I've also started taking all of our ultimate hybrids, and I have been converting them into quantum solars just to save space. And also these put out 4096 EU a tick, which I think is probably better in the long run for these machines that are using like 2000 RF a tick. I was looking, and the replicator, it does on the tooltip here, so it takes 2048 EU a tick. So I think that might be better, putting out the larger amount of power per tick. I don't really know. Things have changed a lot in IC2. I used to really know everything about it. Now it's kind of like, I think it's kind of maybe working this way, but I'm not too sure. Because before, like in the older IC2, if you had a machine that was requiring 2048 EU a tick or whatever it is, and you put in 4000, you're going to have problems. So you'd have to put in the power upgrade, the transformer upgrade. These things here, the transformer upgrades. Yeah, we've talked about these in the past. You'd have to put those in so it'd require, or it'd be able to accept the next tier power. But it seems like even if I put those in here, like if I just put one in here, the power storage on this thing starts dropping down. Like it can't keep up or something. I don't know. It's very weird. Even though we're giving it enough power, it's like this transformer upgrade prevents it from getting enough power at a time. So I don't really know what to think about those anymore. It feels like that is really broken. Like that should be fixed at some point, I would imagine. They're just not working as expected. So I'm able to keep 5 overclocker upgrades in all of these machines. And another thing, like the glass fiber cable back here says it can handle 8000 EU a tick, right? Well, we have all those quantum solar panels attached, and each of those are outputting 4000, so 2 of those alone should max out that cable. Yet we're able to have all of these quantum solar panels on here, they're not gaining any power. So I kind of feel like these cables can actually handle as much power as we're putting through them. Or maybe it's just the fact that they don't explode anymore or burn up or whatever it is. I don't know. But it seems to be working. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 quantum solars on there, which is a little bit more than 8000 RF a tick, or EU a tick. Have I been saying RF? I meant EU. Okay, so let's see here. I think the next thing, we're kind of waiting for our next quantum, and I think we're waiting on iridium. Yeah, we need 5,200 or 525. Man, I've been playing this for too long. If I thought that was 5,000. Yeah, we need a bit more iridium. This is going to take a while for all that stuff to craft up. So the next thought process I had was, well, let's make more replicators and more pattern storages. Here's the thing about the pattern storage. Let's refresh ourselves on our memory on this. So the pattern storage, this guy right here, requires that reinforced stone. So I tried copying these with the crystal memories in the replicator. You can't make copies of these. So this is all manual. I tried the mining laser. Nope, you can't do that either. The mining laser is actually kind of a pain to make because it requires the iron turning blink that's a handle. And you can't copy these. You can't copy the mining laser. So all this stuff is basically having to be done manually. We can make the advanced alloys. I did make patterns for the energy crystals. And I haven't tried the circuits. I assume we can replicate those as well. But yeah, there's still a bit of like manual labor involved in all of this stuff. Which, you know, that's fine. That's fine. So also, that turning blink thing. This guy right here, wait, there's another one. Wooden turning blink. What is this used for? I have no idea. We haven't gotten to a point where we needed that thing. But anyway, this iron turning blink, this is that one that we couldn't auto-craft. So this thing has a problem with IC2 trying to auto-craft it. Like we click next and it's like saying it requires an iron turning blink to make itself or whatever. It's like, nope, don't know how to do that. But yeah, we have to make these things. What was this part? Iron item casing. I'm just gonna make like 10 of those. Yeah, so anyway, we have to do all of this stuff by hand. We need 2 of these per replicator. I think I want to make a few more replicators, so I'm gonna go ahead and make that many. I got this machine set up over here, the turning table and the electric kinetic generator with all these motors in here. We've already seen this stuff before. But yeah, we have to go ahead and manually click these buttons, and I think it's 2, 2, 2. Is that right? Is that it? Yeah, that's a handle. Yeah, so we have to go through and do this for each individual one. That's a lot of fun. Yeah, it's too bad there isn't a way that we can automate this stuff. We can't do this through applied logistics. We can't do this through IC2's replicator auto-crafting kind of stuff. Okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and continue on here, guys. There's a few more things that we need to get done. So yeah, I'm going to make those pattern storages. I'm going to make a few more replicators and all of this stuff. See if I can make any more patterns for, or I guess, putting things on the crystal memory so we can replicate using the UU matter. So yeah, let me get to that, guys, and we will be right back. Alright guys, so some more time has passed and I was able to make 4 more replicators and 2 more pattern storages. Actually, I made 4 more pattern storages right over here. So we're ready to set up, I guess, 4 more replicators in the future sometime. Not sure where we're going to stick them. Maybe over here, kind of like these smaller ones. They fit in what we need kind of nicely with no little spaces between and all of that. So I was just about ready to hook this all up and I thought we'd just do it together. Since, yeah, I've been doing a lot of stuff off camera, so let's do some stuff on camera. So these are the replicators here and the pattern storages in between. We want to pump items out of them. So we're just going to go and grab some item ducts, impulse item ducts, just like this. We will wrench the ones on the pattern storage. I don't know if that really matters, but we don't want items trying to go into those. We just want the items being extracted through all of these impulse item ducts into probably a tesseract to go back to our main base, because after we're done replicating things, we want to store them, right? Okay, so right click, ignored, and ignored. Okay, so now we have a tesseract over here. We'll just stick this at the end. All of these reinforced servos and the item ducts will be extracting, putting them into this pipe. Pipe comes over here. We will set this to, yeah, item mode send only and main base power. So we're just sending items back to our AE system from back here. Okay, so now we need to get a little bit of fiber. Glass fiber. Let's make like 10 of these. And we are out. We need diamond dust. Okay, well actually we don't really need that. Over here, I made a pattern for glass fiber cable. So we can go ahead and I'm gonna stick in this one. This is kind of like my all-purpose thing. We're getting so many patterns in here. I don't even know how many you can put in this thing. Yeah, okay. CF sprayer. Lots of things I've been making. So this one is over here making advanced alloys, and this one is making energy crystals. Let's see. Energy crystals, 100, and advanced alloys, we got about 5,000. We can probably stop making these for a moment. Let us switch this over to glass fiber. Okay, so that's 107 millibuckets, so repeat run. Oh, that actually goes just a little slowly, doesn't it? I wonder if crafting up the diamond dust would be quicker. But again, this is one of those things that when we aren't around anymore, or when we log off the server, things like this are just going to be automatically crafting, so we're not going to have to worry about that. Let's just stick this one over here on the fiber too. We'll make this go twice as fast. And yeah, we're still making iridium over here. Our iridium supply is up to about 500, so I wonder how many we need for a quantum solar. I don't think I've ever looked at that. Looks like we need 650 or so. Is that about right? Yeah, about 630, 40, something like that. Alright, so we're still waiting on that so we can make more solars. Basically, once we get enough for another quantum solar, we're going to put that over on this side and start powering up this bank of guys. I guess another thing we could work on is trying to get the UU matter over here. I guess we are still running off that one barrel that I had, and ooh, it looks like that is now empty. Uh-oh. Okay, so we gotta do this quickly. I wasn't sure how much longer that had. So when we were pumping out the UU matter from that RF Tools world, I ended up sticking a few more bedrockium drums next to it. So we got 3 of these things. What we could do is just put a bedrockium drum over there and just not worry about that. I think that's actually probably the best way of doing it for right now. We'll just take 2 bedrockium drums and we'll always have one fresh on tap over here. I was thinking it might be an idea to have another channel where we get a whole bunch of those and pump out into. I don't know how we would get that hooked up, because if we were gonna do something like that, let's just take this stuff down for a moment. If we were gonna do something like that, we would need fluid ducts. Let's grab these guys. So what I would probably want to do is have something set up like this where we have, I don't know, 3 fluid ducts for our 3 barrels. We could probably just do 1, to be honest. We don't really need 3. But we'd want 1 tesseract being the input for all 3 of those. So you'd probably just stick this guy right like that and like this, which would work. And then we'd probably want another tesseract to be the export, like right over here, and have all of these pushing out. So we'd have one always filling up our bedrockium drums, and then we'd have one always exporting to a different channel. Oh no, tesseract. Let's just see what we got here. So this guy is set to energy mode. We don't want that fluid mode. Send only. And we will call this 15, 16. UU matter out. Let's see, frequency. Okay, and this one I should probably rename in. Can I just change it this way? Okay, there we go. So that's our input. This will be our output. And then we would need the servos, 2, 3. Again, we probably don't need 3 bedrockium drums for this, but might as well. Ignored, and ignored. Okay, so now we're pumping into the barrels and we're pumping out all 3 into this tesseract. So all we have to do to hook this up is just put a tesseract on either side. I think we will actually do this, but I just don't know where we're going to store that. That was kind of like my main reservation why I wasn't sure if I wanted to do that. Because I don't know where we're going to stick that thing. That's kind of a big... that big unit. Fluid mode, receive only. We'll do UU matter out. Okay, so now all of these guys should be getting all the UU matter they need. This pipe should fill up quite nicely. And we can do the same thing over here on this side. Yeah, we just need some more of these fluid ducts. And the fluid ducts don't connect to the pattern storage, which is kind of nice. And let's grab tesseract. Actually, not sure what this is set to. I don't want to fill up that pipe with something by mistake. Fluid mode, receive only, and this will also be UU matter out. And there we go. Okay, so now we're pulling out the items, we're pumping in the UU matter, and now we just need to get the fiber, the glass fiber. Oh, we made a decent amount of those now. We can just go ahead and power all of these, and the fiber doesn't connect to the pattern storage, which is nice. And I think I will break out that block, or those 2 blocks. We'll break out that block, and that will be where we put our solars on the outside. Let's come over here. So yeah, we'll have like 3 of them on this side, and this will be doing stuff over here as well. Okay, so pretty much what we're waiting on right now is more quantum solar panels. All of these are going, they aren't holding a charge, so we are using all the power that these things can produce with that one cable like we were talking about before. So yeah, it's pretty much, we're waiting on the UU matter, or I'm sorry, we're waiting on the iridium ore being produced through the UU matter. I should probably set up more of these things to make the iridium. Oh, that's right, we had 2 of these going at the same time. That's why we made so much in so quick a time. So yeah, I'll set up all of those. We have 4 of these now doing the iridium. How much more do we need? Quantum solar panel. Next. And we have to make 100 more. Okay, so yeah, it's gonna be kind of like a whole lot of waiting. Once we get all these able to make the iridium, or once we make enough iridium here for our quantum solar panel, we'll be able to start hooking up these guys over here to make iridium, and we'll be able to make that faster so we can get more of those solars, and then we can hook up the auto crafting stuff. But it looks like it's gonna take a bit of time for all that to happen. Each quantum solar panel requires 8 of the ultimate hybrids, and we could probably save a little iridium just by doing all of the ultimate hybrids. In fact, that might be something. Let's see, if we do ultimate hybrids, if we were to tell this to make like 10 of those, how much iridium do we need? Do we have everything? No. Maybe we could make 8. Let's see. Oh yeah, we're allowed to make 8 of those. So let's go ahead and start. We'll make all those ultimate hybrids. Those are using the recipe for the quantums. So that'll allow us to power this side up a little bit quicker and start making more iridium over here. I'm gonna need, let's see, I got a bunch of these things. Iron fence. The iridium ore. Iridium ore, this guy right here. Let's go ahead and put these in the pattern storage. These are all fresh, they don't have any patterns in there. So I'll do iridium ore and iridium ore. Okay, so now all of those are set, so we can put the replicator on the correct patterns. And this one and this one, nice. So then we're gonna need overclocker upgrades. It is kind of hard to see with this thing like that. Let's fix that. Okay, so each one can take 5. So I'll put these in as well. 5 here, 5, 5, and 5. Okay, so how are we doing on the ultimate hybrids? We're still crafting. Oh man. Yeah, that's gonna take a little bit of time to get all that crafted. It's too bad we can't just automatically replicate one of those solar panels, or actually any of the solar panel parts in there. Yeah. Oh well. Okay, so I tell you guys what, I'm gonna take a break. I'm gonna get this thing hooked up. Hopefully we'll get more iridium made faster, and we can get those solars made faster and all of that, and we will be right back, guys. Alright guys, so I got all excited by building this other bank over here, trying to make more iridium, but what I failed to remember is that we can still use these over here and just put more overclocker upgrades. So what I'm doing is I switched over from making iridium, the iridium balls, to these iridium reinforced plates. These are actually what we need to make our solar panels. So I have all 4 of these making the iridium reinforced plate, which is 4 iridium and the 4 advanced alloys and a diamond is what goes into one of those. So that saves on the crafting recipe, and I think it saves a little bit on the UU matter. and I'm pretty sure it just makes everything go just slightly faster. So what I'm doing is I am now making solar panels over here, and I got a bunch of them hooked up. We have, what is that, 6, 7, 8 quantums. I'm going to continue adding on over here, and I'm going to continue putting the overclocker upgrades, and we'll just use those 4 replicators right there to continue to make our iridium reinforced plates. We'll see how far this goes. I don't know if there is actually a limit to like how many of these one of the replicators can make. I mean, we could probably test this by stopping this one, taking those overclockers out, stopping this one, and done. And just see if we can like bump one of these up crazy. This is something I haven't even tried, but I think it would be worth just checking out. Okay, so these are all getting power again since the other 4 are turned off. So now can we just add in a bunch of these overclockers into one of these things? Oop, that's too many. All right, so we're making that pretty quickly out of one of these, right? So I was thinking that there was a limit that we could only use like 4 of those quantum solar panels, and then we'd have problems. But it looks like there is no limit, and we can continue to add those on and make like iridium or reinforced iridium plates or anything like this as fast as we want to, which is pretty cool. So I'm going to babysit this for a little bit, like I said, gonna make a whole bunch of solar panels, and hopefully we'll be able to max speed some of these things here pretty quickly and get a whole bunch of the stuff that we need. But yeah, like I said, I would like to have this set up some kind of an auto craft where like each replicator is doing its own specific thing. When we request something we don't have any, we'll somehow kick this on and I'll start making them, or we will set up some kind of like a thing where it's just always generating that specific item. I'll have to see. We'll see what we're gonna do with that. But yeah, guys, I think we're gonna go ahead and end the episode here. This is taking a lot longer than I was expecting it to. A lot of crafting and a lot of pattern storage things. Yeah, the crystal memories are really cool. I like those a lot. We're able to craft a whole bunch of things automatically with this UU matter. Unfortunately, we're kind of limited to some of the stuff from IC2. Although, actually, before we wrap this up, I was looking at this over here. Let's just come over here real quick. Octuple. We were talking about this earlier in the episode, and we never did this. I can put an octuple in there, so it will allow me to put that onto a storage, but the last time we did something like this, I kind of feel like it's going to troll us and just make 1 cobblestone, right? We were also able to put bedrockium ingots in here, which I think is pretty cool. But again, I don't know what this is going to turn into. I haven't done that yet. So those are things I will test off camera. I'll probably split one of these octuple up into like a septuple, the 7 times, and see if that works before going all in with the octuple. But yeah, I think that is it for this episode of Feed the Bees Infinity. I hope you guys liked it. A lot of weird stuff that we're doing with this IC2 mod. But yeah, I'm having a lot of fun messing around with this stuff, getting things to the point where we can get it automated. It's taking time. It's a complicated mod, but we're almost there. Alright guys, that's it for today. Thank you guys for watching. Remember to leave a like on this episode if you did like it. And we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye-bye.